Use pivot charts and slicers to create this dashboard in just 5 minutes. Select all of your data, go up to Pivot Chart, and hit OK. We're going to put this on a new worksheet, and let's drag down category and sales into rows and values. Now we have our chart, and I'm going to right-click and hide these fields, and I'm going to click on the legend and title and press Delete. I'm going to insert rows here by right-clicking because I want to add a title here in a little bit. You could move these charts to a new tab, but I am going to keep everything on the same tab. Let's change these colors to green. And then over here, I'm going to right-click and insert a column because again, I need to be able to cover my existing data. So I'm going to resize this chart. And if you go up to View and uncheck grid lines, it's going to remove those grid lines to clean your dashboard background. Let's type in something like Sales Dashboard. I'm going to select all of these cells and go to Home and Alignment, Merge and Center. If you were going to filter, you wouldn't want to do that, but we are not filtering. This is just a dashboard, so we are all set. Now I changed the font size so this really stands out. I'm going to select all of these background cells here, and I'm going to change the color in font to a lighter gray. You can make the background whatever color you wish. And then let's resize that. And now it fits the screen. I'm on a mobile screen, so I'm trying to fit all of this in, and it's a little bit more of a challenge than it would be on a computer screen. So I just selected all of that pivot chart data and did a copy paste. Now I want to show the field list because I want to be able to adjust the fields that I have down here. So now we've got state and sales. So we've got all of our sales by state, and then let's change the type here. Again, let's click on the title and legend, press delete, and right click and hide those fields. Then I'm going to go up to design, and I want this format to match the other. So I'm going to select that quick style. And then again, let's change our color so that the green matches the above chart. Now again, for demonstration, because I am on a mobile screen trying to make all of this fit, I have to move these around a little bit more than you may need to, just to be able to catch all of my data and be able to move things around here. So if you drag those circles in the corners, you can resize the charts. And then let's right click, Format Data Series. I want to be able to change the width of these bars so it's easier to see, so I'm changing the gap width to be smaller. Next, down here, I'm adding data labels. If you right click, you will see that option. And then I'm going to change the format on the sum of sales to dollars, and then change the decimals down so that it's a little bit easier to read. Now, once I put that back in place, you'll see that your data labels reflect that change. Again, I'm going to select all of this data and copy and paste for our last chart. So you can hit Control-C, Control-V, and then we will need to move that over here shortly to make sure that there's nothing in the background there. So let's go up to the top here at Pivot Table Analyze. And we want to change this type of chart to a donut chart. So now I'm going to click on the title, again, delete, and then right click on those fields. I'm okay with a legend being here. It makes more sense for a donut chart to leave that, so we will not delete that. Then let's change the format again and then change it to the green theme. I'm going to resize this down, and be careful that you grab the right area to move or it will drag the chart with it. Now, if I move this screen over here, I'm going to try to resize. Again, I'm trying to fit this on a mobile screen for demonstration. So I'm going to take this data and I'm just going to drag it behind the chart. And if you want to fill that gray in area again, you can just drag the gray cells down. Now, let's go back up to the top here and let's go to filter, and we're going to insert a slicer. This is going to be essentially your filter or your buttons to click to be able to toggle between data types. So I wanted to do region. I want to see the information sometimes by east or west. You can select both, but this allows you to pick either or. Now let's go up to buttons, change that to 2, and now they are side by side. It still doesn't look quite right though because it is a different color, so let's change that to a green to match the rest of our theme. And then next, I want to right click on this and report connections. You need to select all of the pivot charts that you want linked. So every time you press the button, it will adjust whichever fields or whichever charts you have linked. So looking good, all 3 are adjusting. So as another step, let's go over to our chart over here, right click and we want to add our data labels there. And then you can right click and add a trend line. This would be more relevant if this were by date, but it is a nice visual to just understand that it is an option. So let's close out of that. We'll just leave that for visual. And then if you click on these and filter, you've got your data all done.